Welcome back to News 3 Today at 11 this month. You have a chance to explore Bonaventure Cemetery after dark. Bonaventure Speaks returns for a third year. Bonaventure Historical Society tour guide Enika Edenfield joins us now with more. It seems like I'm saying Bonaventure a lot of times, as I am, but thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, we know that the cemetery has always focused on preservation and community, getting people to understand the history behind what is here.
Yes, Bonaventure Cemetery is a beautiful example of not only a Victorian garden cemetery, but it's a great way to teach people about the history of Savannah as well.
Yeah, you talk about this being the forever home
yes.
of a lot of people. Let's talk about some of the names that we do recognize and some of the stories behind them.
Right. Well, Johnny Mercer is probably the most famous resident of Bonaventure Cemetery. Prolific songwriter, wrote Moon River for Breakfast at Tiffany's, and was also the co-founder of Capitol Records.
Yes, yes, yes.
He is out there. He's a very visited grave. Of course, little Gracie.
I was going to mention that.
She is the most visited grave out at Bonaventure Cemetery, not because of anything she did in life, but because of her beautiful headstone. It was carved by an artist here in town named John Walls, who carved, I want to say, somewhere around 80 different headstones throughout Bonaventure, but he sold them throughout the state. And her headstone is based off of an actual photograph that was taken of her shortly before her death.
Oh, wow, wow. So I was taking a look at the news release that you sent, and Patricia Allhouse, who's the chair of the Historical Society, says, get ready to see Bonaventure in literally a whole new light. What does she mean by that?
It was so much fun being out there for our first night this month, which was October 4th, because we got to watch the moon rise over the Wilmington River and then over the cemetery. It was such a beautiful night, and it is a rare sight because, of course, the cemetery is normally closed at night. So this is a chance for people to go out and see how the cemetery changes, because that cemetery looks totally different at different times of day. You notice different things because of the changes in lighting. And at night, you really do notice certain aspects of the funerary art, the headstones that you see out there, because you're looking at them through flashlights now.
Yeah. So this is the third year for the tour, but there have been some additions this year.
Yes, so we change up the tour route a little bit every year because we want to focus on different people, and that way if somebody's been the year before, they're not hearing the exact same stories. So this year is really special because we actually have two descendants of some of the people out there who are talking. We have Swan Seiler, who was talking about her family, the Seilers, out there, and we have Carson Myrick, who is talking about his family, the Myricks, out there, which is really cool, getting to hear it from actual family members.
Yeah, you mentioned this is a Victorian cemetery. What is the obsession with Victorian cemeteries?
So the Victorians really did start our love of cemeteries in this country, because for the most part, prior to the Victorian time period, cemeteries were only a place that you went to bury somebody, and then that was it. You know, you didn't go back until it was time to bury the next loved one. But the Victorians started to really romanticize death, dying, and the mourning process. And Bonaventure, being built on the outskirts of town at the time, and also being a garden space, the Victorians were also really obsessed with garden spaces. And so this was a place that they would go out to on the weekends. They would hang out in their family lots. They would fix them up, plant new flowers. They would have picnic lunches out there, and even sit and read. And this is something that's been kept going with Bonaventure throughout the years. I mean, yes, it's had times where it's gotten a little run down, but it is a well-loved cemetery, and the Historical Society is dedicated to the historic restoration and preservation of that cemetery.
I love that, and we're going to make that the last word. If you'd like to attend one of the tours for Bonaventure Speaks, it runs through Saturday, October 25th, 6 p.m. at the cemetery. Arrive early for parking.
Yes.
Also bring a flashlight or a lantern because it is dark.
Yes, a battery-powered lantern, not a flame.
Not a real one, not a real one. You can find a link to purchase tickets and see this interview again anytime on our website. Just visit wsav.com/communitycorner. Enika, always so glad to see you. Hopefully we'll have you back soon. I know you're so busy, especially this time of year. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.